Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to get into more questions from the audience. I'm going to attack the comment section. I'm going to answer as many as I can. And if you leave your IGN, I will send a little thank you after I answer your question. So make sure you drop your comments below on all my videos and I will try to get to you too. Thanks so much. Let's get into it. Okay, so these are questions that I haven't responded to from my channel members specifically. King Arminius was saying that he was glad to see we tackled the art design from the Splinterlands cards from the modern. I said my best, and this video was about my favorite and my least favorite Chaos Legion art. Some of them are amazing, but some of them are no, I'm not a fan. And so King Arminius is the artist who designed the TNA logo that is my desktop image, is like the time and attention banner. So I just said, yeah, man, like I'm glad I thought about that afterwards. I thought about we should have invited you. However, I was like, I wonder what you would say if I flamed like Splinterlands for their low quality art and you're trying to, get a job with Splinterlands. So anyways, I'm glad you watched it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Kofi, any thought on the print rate of legendary reward cards being printed faster than rare cards? This is a good question. I actually didn't know this was true. But I went over to KioKiz. This is the website I use to track the print rates of the reward cards, and all the listed reward cards here are those that are currently in circulation. And you can see the percent printed. You can organize them that way if you want to rarity fresh, because as you can see, where's the legendary? The first legendary Jin Bilka is at 38.21%, whereas Venari Seedsmith is only at 36%. And then we go down, Genoshanus 38.47, Venari Wadesmith 35.94, and so on, 38.26 versus. So he's right. There is the circulating supply of the legendaries is actually higher. Hang on, proportionally higher than the circulating supply of the rare cards from those same splinters. So the Harklaw, which is the Death Splinter legendary, it has more of its circulating supply released as compared to the Venari Bonesmith. But to answer the question, you have to remember, I think that was Kofi that asked the question. You have to remember that there are fewer. The max supply of the legendary card is lower than the max supply of the rare card, and so it's the case that you're right. From a proportional perspective, forget how many copies of Harklaw are eventually going to be released, but it's a smaller number than the number of Venari Bonesmiths that are going to be released. And so even though way more Venari Bonesmiths have already been released than Harklaws, which is true, way more, the percentage is lower on the Bonesmith, because again, it's just got a greater circulating supply. And Splinterlands probably finds it easier to, and maybe more exciting, to give a slightly better release rate on the legendaries. I mean, it's not an accident. I guess mathematically they could have calculated it in such a way that it would almost uniformly print. But if they did that, imagine it was literally algorithmic, and you know, one common, one rare, one epic, one common, one rare, one epic. And that wouldn't work because there are fewer legendaries and fewer epics than there are rares or commons. But if it was like 4 commons, 3 rares, 2 epics, 1 legendary, something like that, it would be possible to calculate and execute an algorithm that released them in just such a manner. Here's what would happen. If they did that, all of these percentages would be at the exact same, or like to the 100th of a percent. You'd be really, really close. It wouldn't be 3, 4, 5, 10% difference on these ones. It would be much more uniform. Now, would that be good? Think about it. It actually wouldn't, because then you'd get all of the cards, these 21 reward cards, would be expiring, would be running out at the exact same time, like within the same week or two. It would be too intense from a design perspective. And remember, when they released these 21 reward cards, we were so busy. Splinterland development was so behind and backlogged. There was server issues, and there was 0 reward cards. And then they released 21 at one time. And I think some of these were intended to be Chaos Legion cards, but they just had to put them in the reward system. If I recall correctly, that's true. So they don't like having a situation where where they're all gonna come to an end at one time. That's the first point. And the second point is they didn't really know when they released these 21, they didn't really know where they would be sitting in terms of development team, in terms of workload, when these expired. And so it would be really smart to build in a little bit of variance between some of the cards at 44.5% down to some of the cards at 35.91, 35.90. So that's like that's a pretty significant difference, 10% differential. And I think that was probably on purpose, so that the finishing, there was the resolution of these prints of each of these cards being printed would be staggered, I suspect. So that's my thought on that. And it is kind of strange that there are more legendaries, but I bet that comes down to the fact that they probably did that they probably calculated that and did it on purpose to try and make the rewards a bit more fun. It's only a marginal increase, especially when you think about how there are so many less Harklaws than rares or the epics. There is so many less. Right here we can see normal BCX Harklaw 75,000, just shy of, but the Bonesmith has 700,000. The proportions are, and the common has 3.5 million almost. And so the proportions are so different that it's easy for the print rates to be off. That's the answer to the question. Thanks for the question, Kofi. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send a little the Hundy player King. I think it's King hyphen Arminius. I actually forget. Not popping up. Kulfi. I think it's Kulfi straight up. And then earlier in the video I did earlier this morning, I answered a question for Days and I didn't send him. I'm gonna do Days quickly. Days, I think it's Days 1, 2. I think. And King, I'll try to remember, my dude. I just need to figure it out. I can look it up, but I don't want to go over to the guild window at this moment. Dom says, hope you feel better soon. That was a month ago. Wow. I heard from someone else that you need to win at least one match to get any rewards. Is that not the case? SPS is the main token in Splinterlands. I heard from somewhere else that you need to get one win at least. Okay, so this was talking about, in this video I was talking about how meaningful SPS is, and about how tournaments are sometimes really, really amazing. Like the opportunity available for you within the tournament window of this game, you can get a crazy amount of money. Like look at this one right here, $564. It's a silver level tournament. That's a huge amount of SPS up for grabs. Mind you, there's 286 participants, so it's gonna be a hard fight to win it. $4,000. Yeah, it's alpha and gold. That's gonna be tough for sure, but man, that's a lot of money. And so there's some really big, crazy prizes in here if you are capable of succeeding in tournaments and if you have the cards to play. Take that seriously, guys. Thanks, Dom. Alec, thanks for the video. Or hey, Dwayne, thanks for the video. What is the benefit to owning these guild cards? Can we eventually sell them on the market or rent them? Thanks for your time and attention, IGN Steam Monster. So you probably already know the answer to this, Alec. It's been a month, but I'm going to go ahead and answer it anyways because other people won't know it. But when you participate in guilds, you can earn merits. When you get merits, you can spend them on gladiator packs. Gladiator packs contain gladiator cards, and those cards have collection power. That collection power is going to, at this moment, while the SPS airdrop is still persisting, you're going to get extra SPS points, right? You're going to get free SPS. That's benefit number one. Benefit number two, when you fight in guild brawls, you have an extra card you can use, and they are uniquely powerful. The gladiators are quite powerful often. And so that's benefit number 2. And then benefit number 3 is that apparently we're going to start getting SPS for winning brawls. That's what I heard. And if that's so, then having these cards which put you, these are gladiators you see on the screen here. If you can win more brawls, then you're going to get more SPS. And so these cards, which are uniquely powerful due to bloodlust, they all have bloodlust, is definitely going to give you that advantage and therefore unlock more value for you. And some of these cards are amazing. Like this one I really like. It comes out of the gate with 2 magic, and you can imagine how quickly that can snowball with bloodlust. And then life leech, how that would work if you get your magic up to 3, 4, 5, 6 magic damage. Lots of good ones. This has got double strike. It has bloodlust also. That can get out of hand. So very, very powerful. Worth being in a guild over. Worth seeking gladiator packs for, and definitely powerful. Okay, and then I didn't fully answer the question. Can you sell them? Can you rent them? No, you can't sell them or rent them. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was a function that was later added. So we'll see. I'd be really surprised if they didn't add that later. But we'll see. Cameron, I just pulled a gold legendary card. So stoked. It's worth $173. Should I sell it or hold it? Rent it out and sell it later? What do you think? It gives me 12,000 power. We talked about this. Me and Viking Ginger talked about this privately on Discord. And I think I've answered this question in a video. If I haven't, in case I didn't, I'm going to answer it quickly here now. I think strongly, if you don't have a good deck, if you don't yet have like a diamond level deck, the answer to this question is always yes. Why? Because first of all, a card that's worth $173 by itself for 1 BCX, which might be an excellent card, you can usually sell. I think I can say you can always sell. That $173 can then be put to work in other cards. Even you can usually replace that one card you just sold with a regular foil version. And so I think he had a gold foil Grum. And so if you sold gold foil Grum for even $150, you could then buy, you need 3 of them to get a level 2 regular foil. That's what he was playing with, right? A gold foil version is a level 2. So therefore, 3 of them on a regular foil would be level 2. It's the same card, only that's going to cost you $40 or maybe 50, and then you've got $100 left over. What could you do then with that $100? Well, if you put it into CP, even the cheapest CP, you're going to really transform the power of your deck while keeping that utility of that card because you replaced it with a regular foil version. That is usually possible. And that is the scenario or the opportunity I would always recommend you explore. Now, you don't need to sell it and then figure it out. You want to look at it. You say, okay, I can get $150 for it. I could buy the regular foil version for X amount. I'll have Y left over. What would that get me in the form of collection power? I suspect you would find in every case it translates into a big CP gain as well as the same utility in your card. Okay, thanks, Karen. Viking Ginger Giant. Can't do Viking Ginger. If I do 1G. I can't do caps lock on that or it just won't work. Thanks, my dude. Okay. Wayne, do you think that common card prices for reward cards and Chaos Legions are at their bottom? 1 month ago, they were definitely higher. Or do you think they will fall below 3 cents? They have fallen below 3 cents. As we have seen thousands more released and millions packs to the left. Have you ever seen common cards below 3 cents in your years? Yes, I absolutely have. Common cards used to cost around half a penny to a penny. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the value continue to drop. And that would be no surprise to me at all. As you well know, my view is that that would be a buying opportunity, and I would continue to buy into that. And I think ultimately one day, whether you played 3 cents, 5 cents, or even half a penny, you're not going to care really the potential gain available with these cards if this game continues on the positive trajectory that it is currently upon. I think we're looking at 50 cents to $1. And so you're not going to be like splitting hairs. You're later on, you're not going to really care whether you bought it for 5 cents or half a penny. It's going to be largely inconsequential to the profitability that you'll be sitting upon. And so I say buy them when you can and use them as best you can to build your deck so that you can climb in the rank battle also, so you can benefit not just from the future profitability, but from the current earning potential. That's the play that I like, Alec. Thanks for the comment. Okay, try and get a couple more. Hey, Dwayne, how can I join TNA 3? You can join whenever there's a spot. I think Metric's already in. Yeah, he is. This was 2 months ago. But anybody else who wants to know, yeah, Metric is in. But anybody who wants to know, how do you join TNA? Well, we sometimes run tournaments that are specifically designed to recruit. And then amongst those participants, we will send out invitations to people who we want to add to the team. We try to be very exclusive, and frankly, we are looking for a certain type of player, one that loves the game, that believes in the future of it, that is interested in having community on Discord and you know, chatting in the comments, because it's super important that we not just people who, you know, around the world that play a game together. It's actually that we have a community together. So that's one way. Participate and compete at a high level within the tournaments we create. But another is to appeal to some of the open. You can send DMs to me and talk to me about Time and Attention 1 or 2. Bernie is fine as the leader of TNA2. Isaac, what's Isaac's name? I forget Isaac's in-game name. TNA3 has a specific leader. 4, I'm running 4 also. So 1 and 4 I'm running, and then 5 is being run by Jim Morgan. So lots of options. He's Moo Killer with 3 O's on Discord. So, and I know he's looking. So guys, if you're interested in joining Time and Attention, and specifically for Moo Killer, if you've got kind of like a background in collectible card games and real money trading from a card game perspective, that's their community's kind of niche, and I think you'll really fit in. So reach out to him, or to me, or to Bernie, or to Isaac. Adam Waller, do you plan on being a validator? I sure do, my dude. These are old comments, so I'm going to pop over to the broad conversation from my not just my members, because these are really old now. From 2 hours ago, Adam Blackwell. How much is he up and down? I'm guessing he's down at least 30% on the purchase, which would be about minus 100K. What are you talking about, my dude? I just did this video. Now, let me think about that. How much is he up or down? Sounds like Adam's talking to the audience about me. I'm guessing he's down at least 30% on that purchase. What purchase? In this video, I talked about I'm going to buy validator nodes. I'm sorry, Adam, I don't understand the question. I am definitely not down 100K on this game. I guess at the highest, the only thing I could possibly imagine you're saying here is that from the peak of the game's price appreciation, October or November of last year, how much have I lost? How much value have I quote unquote lost? I don't think of it that way. First of all, if that's your question, I need you to understand I don't think of it that way, because I didn't lose anything because I haven't sold those assets, for one thing. For two, I have grown my portfolio of assets within this game in the time between then and now. And so I actually like my position better now. Like, I didn't sell it when I was in October, November, because I wasn't done with the game. I didn't think the game was done growing. I didn't think that things were bad. From a long-term perspective, I am as bullish as I was in October as I am today. And so I continue to stand by the fact that in 4 years I'll be here, and I believe this game will have transformed my life and probably retired me. And so I have not lost anything. And in fact, the 5,000 US dollars I put into this game over the course of the last 3.5 years is now worth, I don't know, probably 80, 90,000, maybe 100,000. I don't even really know. It's a lot of money. Hi Turbo, hey. Hi Turbo is somebody who's been here for a while. Look at that, 8 months publicly subscribed. Thanks, my dude. Have you tried playing Axie Infinity? I have not. I used to watch some of the Axie Infinity YouTubers, and it seemed like a fun game. I just didn't and don't have time to take on a new hobby. I was trying to figure out why they have so many players compared to the Splinterlands. Yeah, man. Good question. You know, it looks like a fun game. Maybe it's because there was so much excitement that now, just from like not knowing a lot about it, this is really speculation, so take this with a grain of salt, but it seems to me that the game really blew up in a way where the price appreciation on their land and on their token and on the Axies itself was so amazing that it was transforming people's lives in a short period of time. And that alone can make people pour into a game. It's FOMO, is what I'm saying. Whereas with Splinterlands, from like, let's say August to October 2021, there was a huge number of new players playing this game, but a ton of them complained that they weren't getting rich fast enough. So there are people in the world and in this space that feel that they should be able to play from August to October. That's, what is that? August, September, October. That's 2.5, 3 months, and be rich. That's the kind of some people believe that. Now, I don't believe that, and maybe you don't. I suspect you don't. But that's what some people are looking for. And I think they felt that existed, and more people around the world felt that opportunity existed within Axie. And I think Splinterlands has never really offered that. They've never tried to offer that. And their vision is long-term, like I've always said, trivial rewards that actually accumulate meaningfully over a long enough time horizon. That's the key with Splinterlands. And that's why I like it. And that's why I think you like it. And that's why that's the difference, I think. Now, I'm not trying to flame Axie. I've never even played it. It's just my thinking that's probably where the community went off. Ian Favell always supports the channel too. He says Axie lost a lot of players after North Korea hacked 600 million from it. Wow. A lot of people that own scholarship accounts are mad at their scholars for not playing. Axie isn't fun or as good as Splinterlands, but it's a scary thing to see. Nobody wants to see one of their investments get rugged. I don't know enough about that, so I'm gonna have to refrain from comment on that. But if Ian's right about that, man, that's scary. He's saying there was a rug pull, and I don't know. I can't comment on that. I don't know, guys. Let's do 4 more quick. Let's do 5 more short ones. Do you think a summoner with retaliate is OP, dude? Okay, now my first reaction was a hard yes, but then I'm kind of pausing because I could see how that wouldn't be that bad. It would be great. It would be really great. Yeah, man, that would be really, really cool. I would love to see that. But I don't think it would be overpowered, in the sense overpowered in my mind means like broken, can't be beat. Because retaliate doesn't trigger off of magic or archery, and so there's a counter to it. And it to me, overpowered requires that there is no proper counter. In fact, there would be plenty of counters, and so I think that could work. I really think that could work. Great question. I think that would be great, but still okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Data survival. Appreciate you. Mr. Sahaya? Mr. Sahaya. How many accounts do you have, man? Ha ha ha, a lot. Oh yeah, because this is a season reward video. I have, I think I have 9. So I have 1258, Scholar 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's 5 accounts. And then I have DE Cunningham. I have It Is Finished. And I have Infidel 1258. And then I have 1258. So I have 9. Yeah, I have 9 accounts. And I will make more, but just takes effort. So 9. That's 2 questions. Ron Frederick Wico says, wasn't it about bots doing win trading, not just the surrenders, but just pulling one monster, even though it's a mid to high mana rule set, just lose, being done repeatedly in quick successions, thus making DC reward pools drain out faster? Now, Ron, that was part of the allegation. He's okay. So I got to give a little bit of background. He's referring to a video where we talked about win trading. There was an allegation that a few major Japanese players, some of the best in the game, were actually using bot farms to facilitate either surrenders to themselves or obvious losses to themselves. Like, so account B will throw to account A, letting account A climb the ranks. That was the allegation. And it was there was combinations of things being alleged. There was the allegation that the account B, C, D, E, and F, they were just full out forfeiting, allowing the main account to win. And then they were alleging that all 3 of the Japanese accounts were run by the same person. And then they were alleging that sometimes these lower level accounts would throw by putting in improper or bad builds. So it was actually a number of allegations, and it's my understanding that it's been roundly debunked at this point, where even other very serious people from the Hive space, people involved and invested in this game for a long time, who came forward and publicly offered to investigate the matter, to look at the blockchain and the battle data, and that's all taken place. And it's my understanding, I haven't thoroughly examined either the allegations or the investigation thereafter, so I can't be precise over this. I can only tell you that I've heard it through the grapevine from reliable sources that this was investigated and found to be without merit. Good question though. Let's do 2 more. Mick Adder, does anyone know if the existing reward cards will remain, or do they stop giving them out when the newer cards arrive? Thank you for another great video, and greets from Sweden. Gadro. So the reward cards that are available definitely end. I think we talked about that in the beginning of the video. The print rates available here on kiokis.github.io/Splinterlands/rewardcards.html. I know it's a mouthful, but whoever wrote the server or named the server, that's what they got. So make sure you get it right, because you don't want to end up on some hack website that's just installing cookies or whatever, or malware on your computer. This has got the print rates, and yes, these circulate out. Right now there are 21 reward cards available, and these are them. There's 3 from red, 3 from green, 3 from blue, black, white. So every splinter, including neutral and dragon, have 3, and 3 times 7 is 21. But as these go out of print, we will see new ones come in, and as you can see in the past, we've seen there are 85 hidden. Looks like there's over 100 here that have gone out of circulation, including Rusty Android, Lord Arianthus, Sea Genie, Divine Sorceress, Sacred Unicorn. These were cards that were given away for free, and some of them were amazing. Ruler of the Seas, Beetle Queen. What are some of my favorites? Gelatinous Cube, Silver Shield Assassin. These are amazing cards. Spirit Druid Grog, Captain's Ghost, Kelp Initiate. These are really Robo Dragon Knight. These are amazing cards that were given away for free, and then eventually ran out of supply, so they just started giving away these ones. And one day these will run out of supply, and we'll get new ones. Okay? Great question. Oops. Word. Got one more question. Give it McAdrew a hundy. Thank you for the comment. I don't recognize your name, so welcome. You've been here 2 months. Appreciate you. Powis, I've seen Powis a lot. Let's get Powis. Can we go back in time, please? Wish I had just 1 plot of land. Also, thanks for reading out my comment. One of your videos, on one of your previous videos, I had you coming through the speaker in my car when driving to work, and I was shocked when you read my name out. Powis, I appreciate you, dude. Thanks for that. That makes me laugh, dude. Appreciate you. I hope if you're driving right at this moment, I hope you don't crash laughing with me. Was there a question here? No. Yeah, man. This is the thing. Okay, this is not a question, but I want to expand on it because look, you're saying you wish you wish you could go back in time, jokingly, but you say I wish I had just one plot of land. And they used to give away land. That's the crazy thing. I heard about that from, I think we covered that in this video. Jim Morgan was talking to Steve R82, two great YouTubers you need to check out. And Steve was saying that they used to give away land plots when you were, I think, when you were participating in certain liquidity pools. That's, they would have been $10 rewards at that point. But now, of course, it's hundreds of dollars for one plot of land, and they were being given away for free. And so that's wild. But I really strongly believe that this video is called The Best Is Yet to Come, because there are other assets in this game that are right now in front of you that are going to have similar trajectories of growth, maybe even greater, where the card is 2 cents and it could be worth $1 later. That's 50 times. That's a 50x. With land, they cost 10 to 15 bucks, and now they cost 200 bucks. That's like a pretty well like a 15 or a 20x, depends on what number you look at. I bought my land for 15 bucks a plot, and right now they're about 250, so that's like 15 to 20x. That's great, but I believe there are reward cards that we've talked about twice already in this video that are going to one day be amongst those most highly appreciated items, including Pelacor Mercenary. And I say it because it's an exceptional tank. It has an excellent win rate. It's very functional. It has so many things going for it. It has armor. It has high hit points. It has fast speed. It has flight. It has self-heal. It has, I think, retaliate. It's an amazing card. And when it's out of circulation, it will appreciate. That's how it works. Limited supply, diminishing supply, at the same time as an increasing demand, is the recipe for price appreciation, and that will come to all of these cards, but in particular the best of these cards, such as this card right here. Great comment. Appreciate all your comments, guys, and thanks so much for supporting the channel in that way. Every time you have a question for me, it's almost certainly the case there are dozens or even hundreds of other people that want to know that same answer. So please don't hesitate. Drop the comments below, leave your IGN, and if I read the question and if I see that IGN, I'll be happy to send out a little thank you. Guys, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for your time and attention. God bless.